Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing today?
Morning.
Great to hear that. So today we're gonna learn something about mental system and process. Before we start this lesson, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Adam Firansha and I'll be your moderator for an hour.
My name is Ahmad Batir Ramadan.
My name is Ahmad Syamil Fahri.
My name is Amru Azami.
So, in this content, we're gonna learn first Unit 1 is system. We have rescue with a cohesion, and then transmission with a relative pronoun, then operation with a present simple and passive. For the Unit 2 process, we have vector shape with the wheel for prediction, and then solid shape with the present simple passive, and hollow shape with the process to refer to visual. For the rescue will be explained by myself. My name is Adam Firansha, and this is a rescue. What does the rescue mean? So, rescue is a coordinated action to finding and saving people in distress, which relies on chains of survival equipment. For example, like emergency locator beacon or flare or raft. So as you can see on the screen, you can see this is an emergency locator beacon. So this is a key device for the traveler. So it can be help you in an emergency situation. But what if we don't have this emergency locator beacon? We still got an option. As you can see on the screen, this is a flare for the signal for rescue. But this kind of not effective as emergency locator beacon because emergency locator beacon is direct to the satellite, so fewer to rescue you. So this is a video of rescue for the proof.
My name is Lieutenant Andrew Soberman. I'm one of the search and rescue helicopter pilots here at NAS Whidbey Island. So the NAS Whidbey Island Search and Rescue Unit supports the VAQ air crews in case they have some sort of mid-air incident resulting in a crash or some sort of ejection. So we're charged with going to search and then pick them up, provide medical care, and then transport them to a medical facility appropriate for their injuries if they have any. In addition, we support the NAS Whidbey Island DoD personnel, transport them as necessary if they have any medical issues to higher level of care that the island can provide. From a public relations standpoint, we support the greater Puget Sound region by being a search and rescue asset underneath the umbrella of the National Search and Rescue Plan. As a SAR asset, we can be launched under skipper's authority to go assist when requested the local search and rescue groups in the area, be in the Cascades or the Olympic National Park. When local assets are unavailable, we're that last line of defense. Additionally, we are the only asset that specializes in the overland and overwater search and rescue mission. We are also the only asset that deploy paramedics on the ground via rappel or hoist or landing and bring a high level of medical care to the patient on the ground. That we're the only air asset in the region that can do that. The other air assets that can deploy, they don't have the medical personnel like we do. We also have the ability to reach a higher altitude than most of the other regional assets that we work with. So we work with the search and rescue groups on the ground, as well as the Washington EOC and our national park partners to provide the service free of charge.
So this is a video of a rescue operation. So right now, it's a cohesion. What is cohesion? Cohesion is a semantic relation between an element in the text and some other element that crucial to the interpretation of it. So cohesion is with the conjunction. So we have the conjunction adding, sequencing, emphasizing, coasting, comparing, cause and effect, and then exception, illustration, and summary. So we have an example of cohesion. Number one, a personal locator is essential for wildlife safety. For example, it can summon help via satellite. So second, however, an effectiveness requires a clear view of the sky to transmit the signal. Third, therefore, proper legislation and maintenance are crucial for successful rescue.
The words and phrases that link ideas in a text can be called cohesive devices. Cohesive devices include determiners, pronouns, conjunctions, and adverbs. We can use determiners and pronouns to link back to other words. Take this example. Ali and Tom both wanted the apple. They began to argue. The apple refers to a particular apple, the one that both Ali and Tom want. The is a determiner. The pronoun they refers to Ali and Tom. Using they means we don't have to repeat Ali and Tom. Conjunctions and adverbs. Conjunctions, adverbs and adverbials can show different types of connections, such as time, place or a reason. We can use a conjunction to link words or groups of words within a sentence. We can use adverbs and adverbials to link between sentences. Eventually, they agreed to share the apple because they wanted to stay friends. The adverb eventually links to a previously mentioned time. The conjunction because links to a reason. Here are more adverbs and adverbials that link to ideas in a previous sentence. Moreover, finally, furthermore, therefore, on the other hand.
So this is a video of cohesion, and next we have transmission. So the dialogue of transmission. Sorry. So this context is about mountain rescue. So I'm gonna play by Alex, and Fatih will be played by Jamie. So Jamie, I'm Alex from Mountain Rescue Team. I need to ask you a few questions about what happened. First, can you tell me how you expedited your rescue?
Yes, so I feel and my leg was trapped. I called move the rock, therefore I triggered my personal location beacon.
I see. So the PLB was your primary call for help. Now, can you walk me through what happened right now before the fall?
Well, I was crossing a rocky area. Then the ground gave way. As a result, I slid down about 10 feet.
Thank you. Finally, is there anything else about your condition or the location that we should know?
Just that my leg is numb, otherwise I'm okay. The beacon was my only hope.
So that is the dialogue of mountain rescue. So next we're going to move to transmission. Thank you. So what is transmission? Transmission is the process of sending and propagating to analog to the digital information signal from one point using another medium. So as you can see here, this is a process of transmission. So this is a person who got a data, and then he called her friend. Yeah, for example, her friend. So the data from the signal, from the analog, convert to digital signal, and then travel to the antenna. From the antenna, travel again to the antenna to another person, and then backward again. After that, the person who did the data got the data. So as you can see on here, this is a simple about the process. So in this loop tube, our data are converted to the web, and then gotta travel to another phone. So that's it, the transmission work. So this is a video of proof transmission.
When an aircraft suffers severe malfunction and crashes in a remote location, finding the aircraft as soon as possible is critical for search and rescue operations. To help reduce the search and rescue time, the aircraft is equipped with the Emergency Locator Transmitter Beacon. The beacon is in the aft part of the aircraft and is connected to an antenna. It can be turned on manually using the switch in the cockpit, but the crash results in connection breakage or loss of electrical power, rendering the switch useless. Therefore, the beacon has a G-switch for activation during aircraft crash. The G-switch closes to activate the beacon when it experiences a G-force of 5G or greater at the time of impact. Once activated, the beacon transmits signals in 3 different frequencies. 121.5 MHz and 243 MHz signals are transmitted continuously for 72 hours, and is the beacon's maximum battery capacity. But the most critical transmission is the 406 MHz signal, which is transmitted every 50 seconds for 24 hours. The 406 MHz signal gets picked up by the satellites orbiting the Earth. The beacon signal provides information of the aircraft in distress to the satellite. The satellite helps track the location of the aircraft, and significantly reduces the search site to 1 nautical mile radius area. The satellite relays the information to the ground control center. The ground control processes the information and alerts the search and rescue team. The search and rescue team, heading towards the approximate location, tunes into 121.5 and 243 MHz frequency on their receivers. The 2 frequencies act as homing signals to help them reach the crash site. Thanks for watching.
So that is a video of transmission, and next we're going to talk about relative pronoun. What is a relative pronoun is? So a relative pronoun is a word that connects address description to the noun. It points back to a person or thing. You just mention it and add more information about it. So in a relative pronoun have a formula. This is the formula of relative pronoun. The formula of relative pronoun is subject plus verb plus adjective connector, which is relative pronoun, and then plus subject and plus verb. And then relative pronoun have 2 formula. The second formula is subject plus adjective connector, which is a relative pronoun, plus subject plus verb plus verb. So type of relative pronoun is are who, whom, whose, which, and that. So these are need for use for people and replace the subject pronoun. So the example of relative pronoun are: first, the signal that the satellite transmit is crucial. Second, the data which is in a script travels securely. Third, the station that received the invitation rescue. So this is a dialogue of a relative pronoun.
What is a relative pronoun? These are relative pronouns. A relative pronoun is a word used to refer to nouns. Who, whom, and whose refer to people. That and which refer to things. Let's see. We can say, the man that stole the car has gone to jail. And we can also say, the car that was stolen was returned. As you can see, we can use the pronoun that for both people and things. It's the easiest one to use. Which, however, is only used for things, and who, whom, and whose are only used for people. So you can't say the man which stole the car has gone to jail, but you can say the man who stole the car has gone to jail. You can't say the car who was stolen was returned, but you can say the car which was stolen was returned. It's also possible to use where and when as relative pronouns. Where refers to a place and when refers to a time. If you want to learn more about relative pronouns, watch our other video on defining and non-defining relative clauses.
This is a video of a relative pronoun, and we have a dialogue of the relative pronoun. The context of the dialogue is transmission satellite system. So I'm going to play with by Alex, and Samuel will play Sam. This is terminal that receive emergency signal from Kongsberg satellite network.
Who does it locate a person who is lost?
A beacon which sends unit 406 MHz signal is detected by satellite that calculates its position using Doppler shift. Played by Alex, and Samuel will be played by Sam. This is a terminal that receives emergency signal from the Kongsberg satellite network.
How does it locate a person who is lost?
A beacon which sends unique 406 MHz signal is detected by a satellite that calculates its position using Doppler shift.
But the key feature that makes it so accurate.
It is a network of low Earth orbit satellite which provide global coverage and can pinpoint a beacon to within 3 kilometers.
So the system that saves them is the signal, the satellites, and you.
Okay, that's it, the relative pronoun. So next we have operation and will be explained by Ahmad Fakti. And then,
Okay, thank you, Adam. My name is Ahmad Ramada, and I will explain to you about operation and predictable value. What is operation? Operation is the set present execution of device, such as an emergency location beacon detecting and switching on automatically in emergency. How does it work? On the red is the emergency situation, and on the water, then it activate automatically send the signal to the satellite. After that satellite send location, the person on the emergency situation to the rescue team that nearest. And this video.
Here's how it works. When a catastrophic event occurs, your beacon should be tethered to your body or kept nearby and then activated. Once activated, the beacon establishes a link with a global network of GNSS satellites. These satellites provide precise location tracking, and your location is updated regularly to ensure accuracy for search and rescue teams. For beacons featuring AIS alert, an additional local AIS signal is transmitted to nearby vessels. Any vessel equipped with an AIS transceiver will receive the alert clearly indicated on their navigation systems, marking the beacon's location. Upon receiving this alert, nearby vessels may choose to move quickly to your location and provide aid.
Present simple and imperative. The imperative mode is the verb form used to give direct commands, instruction, or request. It is best understood as a direct offset of the present simple tense. Formula present simple. Positive subject plus verb plus object. Negative subject plus done reason plus verb plus object. Question do, does plus subject plus verb plus object. Imperative example. To activate the beacon immediately. Number 2, don't activate the beacon. Present simple tense example. 2, you activate the beacon immediately in an emergency. Number 2, the rescue team does not receive any signal from your beacon. Number 3, do you activate the beacon after an accident? This is video present.
English Anyone, Lesson 10, Verbs, Present Simple, and the Imperative. Verbs, Present Simple. I do magic. She does magic. I do the dishes. Do I do the dishes? Yes, I do. He does the dishes. Does he do the dishes? Yes, he does. I do a push-up. Does he do a push-up? No, he does not. He doesn't do a push-up. Basic verbs, the imperative.
Jump. Do not jump. Do not drink. Don't drink. Do not eat. Don't eat.
Next, we have dialogue. Dialogue press personal locator operation made by Ahmad Ramadan and Fabian by Samuel. Okay, first, for this operation, connect the handset to the satellite terminal. Ensure all connections are secure.
Connection was the next step.
Good. Power on the main unit. Press and hold the green button for the second. Wait for the status light to turn blue.
The light is blue, so I transmit now.
Not yet. First, select the emergency frequency of the. Use the dial to set it to 4006 MHz. Do not transmit until the link established light is solid green.
The green light is on, ready for the message.
I will set the infront and speed. Sincerely state your call, second nature of the emergency and your location. Release the key to listen, confirm your call sign and message are displayed on the screen. Next, with Amro Azami.
Thank you, Fatih. My name is Amro Azami. Food is the evolution of material change, where the neoplastic and composite are developed to create lighter and strong products. Thermoplastic composite. An application of thermoplastic composite and it points from two elements. Materials, topic breakers, landing aids, set frames, push light, lift and plates, brackets and fittings, rotors, horizontal tablets, Dino's landing aids, wing grabbers, pylon covers, acoustic cleaners, plastic material in car, from owing to image, loading components, air liners, stain reinforcements, coarse carpet system, under shield.
These new innovative cars are paving the way for what you may be driving in the future. This car is made almost entirely of plastic.
With plastics, you can design cars which are very bold, and that gives you the advantage to sell nicer cars.
Plastics have gained a lot of ground over traditional metals used in cars, making it possible to build almost an entire vehicle from top to bottom completely of non-metal material.
Well, the Carrera GT is what we would refer to as a proving grounds for one of our new materials. It's made essentially from reinforced plastic.
Mechanical engineers use a lightweight, high-strength aerospace material called carbon fiber reinforced plastic. It's used in the doors, hoods, fenders, chassis, and also in support frames for the engine and transmission.
Wheel from prediction. Grammar wheel from prediction is as actually will happen in the future. Formula simple future. Plus subject plus will base plus ops. Negative subject plus will not one plus base verb. Question will plus subject plus base verb. Difference. Aspect. Say will generator future cause action. Prediction, promise, sexual, formal suggestion, legal documents. Going to place and effects-based predictions, formality, will natural, shall, formal acts, going to informal. Spontaneity, will, imagination, shall, really us, going to free plan action. Example, 1 plus car will read plastic in the future. 2 negative carbon plus plastic. 3 question will cut us less plastic. Okay, next.
Simple future with will. What are verb tenses? Verb tenses show the time that an action takes place. The simple future is a verb tense. We use the simple future tense for actions that will happen at a future time. There are 3 ways to express the simple future tense in English. We use will and a base verb to decide on a future action at that moment. For example, I will call you tomorrow. We use be going to and a base verb to talk about existing future plans. For example, I am going to read a book after school. We also use be and an ing verb to talk about existing future plans. For example, I am giving a presentation next Monday. How do we form the simple future with will? Will is a modal. Modals are always followed by a base verb. A base verb has no s, ed, or ing ending. The verb form is the same for all subjects. For example, the simple future of the verb watch is will watch. I will text you after class. He will walk his dog tomorrow morning. The students will go to school on Monday.
Me, Dr. Evans, Samuel, Liam, out report predicts that self-healing polymers will undertable. Me, Dr. Evans, or your predicts that cell healing polymers will understandable become mainstream in or report predicts that self-healing polymers will undoubtedly become mainstream in high value application like iron paste with 10 years.
So traditional plastic will likely be completely phased all them.
Not entirely, but as will currently, we forecast that bio-intelligent plastic with decomposed on domain will probably domain packing.
What about medical fields? Do you think they will adopt this widely?
I will eventually happen. The predict program plastic to organs will be in clinic trial by 2040 revolution patient care. Okay, next.
Okay, thank you, Amru. My name is Ahmad Syamil Fahri, and I will explain to you about solid shape and present simple passive. Solid shape is the formation of object by forging melted material into a mold where it cools and hardens into a final solid form. As we can the screen molding process. First, plastic material molded on the machine with injection process, after that final into a solid form. We can see on the thermoplastic. The final form is used the vehicle environment. Then we have a video of solid.
The quadrant shapes and the portfolio of aerospace approved materials as a big source for the engineers in the aerospace industry to find raw materials for their solutions.
In the aircraft industry, it's all about weight. So the fact that you can go to a thermoplastic material, eliminate weight, you get improved efficiencies and fuel reduction, basically. This Tektron HPV component is an injection molded piece that we do for the aircraft industry. It's a thrust reverser bushing on an aircraft. If you can imagine, a critical component for the aircraft industry requiring good dimensional stability and good wear performance at an extreme temperature range from low temperature to high temperature.
A plane sees in operation -60 C, or also parked somewhere in the desert, temperatures up to 80 C. The materials being used in that plane have to survive these temperatures and provide full safety and full performance in operations.
Talking to engineers and getting their attention, Quadrant is taking a look at some of the latest regulations to introduce new materials to not only replace metals to lighten the load, but also replace some of the current plastics that may be used to increase safety and the well-being of the passengers that go within some of these transport systems.
Okay, next we talk about present simple passive. Present simple passive is an action that happens regularly, repeatedly, or is generally true, but the focus is on the receipt of the action, not the person who does it. Formula of present simple passive are positive subject plus to be plus verb 3, negative subject plus to be plus verb 3, question to be plus subject plus verb 3. Example: positive, plastic is molded using heat and pressure. Negative, plastic is not molded properly. Question: is plastic molded with precision?
To make a sentence with the present simple passive, we use subject plus to be plus past participle. For example, I am driven to school by my dad. The house is cleaned by Alex. Trees are planted by volunteers. But we can also make negative sentences and questions. Mobile phones aren't allowed in Mila's school. To make a negative sentence with the present simple passive, we use subject plus to be plus not plus past participle. For example, I'm not given pocket money by my parents. This flower isn't grown by Italian florists. Laptops aren't sold by this shop. Are the dogs walked by Mila? To make a question, we use to be plus subject plus past participle. For example, are concerts performed by the students? Is English spoken in Holland? To give a short affirmative answer, we use subject plus to be. Are these cakes made by professional bakers? Yes, they are. To give a short negative answer, we use subject plus to be plus not. Is a new episode released every week? No, it isn't.
Okay, next dialogue. Dialogue. Rob, this is the injection molding machine. First, now plastic pellets are loaded into this hopper.
I see. So the material is first formed. What happens next in the process?
The pellets are heated and melted inside a barrel. Then the molten plastic is injected with high pressure into a metal mold.
How is the final solid set created?
The plastic is cooled inside the water cooled mold. Once in solidifies into required shape, the mold is opened.
So, to be clear, the finished product is ejected automatically and the cycle is repeated. The entire process is highly automated.
Okay.
Miss Abdul Azami, Holosef is the creation of hollow object like bottles. By inflating two molten plastic with are inside a mold. The ball molding process. Step 1, exclusion of molten plastic. Step 2, the molten plastic to enters the mold. Step 3, air is blown into expand the shape. Step 4, the plastic adheres and the mold is open. Product a bottle. Material from molding process. Image. Okay, next.
Plastic injection molding is the most common method for mass manufacturing of plastic products. The principle is simple. Inject the melted plastic material to a mold cavity, let it cool, and then solidify it into the same shape as the contour of the cavity. The process involves three main parts: injection machine, plastic injection mold, and plastic pellets. Plastic pellets in the hopper are filled into the barrel. Then, the screw transports the pellets forward. The heat bands wrapping around the barrel warm up the plastic pellets. As the pellets are moved forward by a rotating screw, they gradually melt. Once enough melted plastic is in front of the screw injects the melted plastic into the mold cavity. The mold temperature is controlled by the temperature controller. It is much lower than barrel temperature, so the molten plastic solidifies in less than a minute. The clamping plate moves backward. The mold opens. The push bar of injection machine pushes the ejector plate and the part is ejected. After that, the mold closes and the process repeats.
Press to refresh to visual. Sample press to refresh to visual. Evidently, as is evidence, obviously, clearly, indubitably, first demonstrate, it is to see, it is plain to see, as shown, apparently, as you see, obviously. Press to refresh to visual are as when describe or explain visual material, such as pictures, photos, charts, diagrams, tables, maps, or illustrations. Example 1. As you can see here, the mode is perfect aligned. 2. As shown, you can observe the material flow. 3. As demonstrates, so how the ejection system works.
So in any presentation, visuals are really important, and they can help you, and they can also support you if you're a little bit lacking in confidence about the presentation itself, and you perhaps don't want to be the focus of everything. So if you've got some visuals, then people can look at those, and it avoids boredom and enables you to make the point if you have a little bit of difficulty. So the type of phrases you might use in that context would be something like, you will notice on this chart, so you may have a chart, a pie chart, a bar chart, whatever it may be, so you give the key points so that they can understand the information that you're showing them. If you look at this slide, we can see, okay, so you show trends or consumer product information or the result of your research, whatever it might be on that particular topic. Have a look at these figures and you can clearly see, okay, so again, you're introducing some information through figures of, you know, how many people have bought it, which countries it has been bought in, where the largest exposure is, you know, how many countries you export to, whatever the figures happen to be. You want to just explain it in a couple of good slides with either pie charts, bar charts, whatever type of information you have that you can use. And as I said, it helps you, it supports you, and enables you to just sort of hide a little bit behind those slides so that the focus is on the screen, not specifically on you. Okay?
As you can see in this diagram, the process begins with create a closed loop version.
So the first step is extruding the plastic into the form.
Alright, now observe the next step with so the clamping of mold around it.
And then for the hollow step,
notice the key step in implanting the pressure with air with stretch. As you can see in this diagram, the process begins with creating a test tube pellet operation.
so the first step is extruding the plastic into that form.
And for us to observe the next step, which show the clamping of a mold around it.
And then for the hollow step,
notice the case step implanting version with air which has the plastic the mouthwash.
so the final product is made by cooling and ejecting the formed bottle.
In this final image demonstrates the result of business follow content.
Okay, that is the end of the topic. So right now we're over the discussion time. Feel free to ask us a question and we're going to answer it. So do you guys have a question? Yes? Go on.
My name is Ferdinand Farid from Engineering. I have a question. Why monorecycle is rarely used as material? Aren't they flammable and we
Thank you. Yeah, go on.
I have any question. What is the difference between my phone GPS and a personal collector?
Thank you for your question. That's a good question. Any question? One more? Yes, come on.
My name is Mohammed Mali from Electrical Engineering. You said field is for prediction.
Yeah, right.
But what if I have a strong feeling it happened, which is one way is?
Okay, thank you. That's a good question. Okay, so will be answering by myself. Okay, the first question I will be answering. So, Makarim said that why? Okay, we're about for 5 minutes to answer to you guys' question. So we'll be back soon. Okay. Thank you for waiting, guys. So I will answer for question number 1 from Makarim. So Makarim said that why do modern vehicles, especially airplane, use plastic material? And they're flammable and weak. So vehicle, especially airplane, are used carbon fiber material. So it's not ordinary plastic. This material are lighter and save more fuel, stronger than aluminum, and more durable, fire resistant, especially designed more safety. This high-tech upgrade that makes plane safer, stronger, and more efficient. So, do you agree with my question, Roger?
Yes, I agree with you.
Thank you. So, the question number 2 will be answered by myself again. So Zahra said that what is the difference? I'm sorry, Zahwa. So Zahwa said that what is the difference between my phone GPS and emergency locator beacon? So that's a great question. So they are a completely different tool from a different situation. So emergency locator beacon is for saving people, especially in a distress situation. For example, like when you're in the middle of forest or middle of sea or in the desert. So is it phone really help you? So GPS doesn't need any internet, yeah. So that's it. And do you agree with my answer? Thank you. So question number 3 will be answered by Samuel.
Yes, Givari question. Givari question. You said will for prediction, but if I have a strong feeling it happened, which one do I use? If you have clear visible evidence in the present that support your prediction, your typical is going to. Do you agree my answer?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all question to answer it, and then that's it all from us. Thank you to you guys for attending and listening to us, and I really appreciate you guys, especially my team and you guys. And thank you. Farewell. Until then, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.